The movie starts with a TV show recording where the host announces that his guest is America's most beloved movie star. Friends, this is Reef Hawk, a 2-time Oscar winner, star of 3 big franchises, and people's favorite for the last 40 years. But Reef had taken a 5-year break in between, and now the question is, how will he explain these 5 years? Backstage, Reef is preparing with his 2 childhood best friends, Kyle and Xander. The plan is that he will tell the interviewer that he had been working since the age of 6 and needed rest. But the reality is that Reef kept hiding his heroin addiction for years, and Kyle, Xander, and his crazy lawyer helped him, so no one ever found out. No confession, just a spin. In the interview, the host forgets to mention the Oscar, but Reef handles it in a cool way, saying not to do a retake and let the audience see it. The host says, this is the reason everyone loves him, the real Reef Hawk. After the interview, Reef meets the crew in a friendly manner, but right then he becomes paranoid that someone was observing him and will post online that he is a poser. Kyle and Xander calm him down. The 3 say I love you to each other. Just then, a call comes on Reef's phone. It is written on the screen, IRA crisis lawyer. Friends, here enters Ira Slitz, who is Reef's crisis lawyer, meaning the person who is called into the lives of celebrities when everything goes wrong. Ira says on the phone that there is a very big problem, a nightmare, and he is coming tomorrow at 10:30. Reef asks what happened. Ira tells him that a video clip has surfaced. Reef panics and asks what is in the video. Ira says that he does not know, but he thought that Reef had suppressed everything. Reef says that 5 years ago when he cleaned his life, he changed everything. Ira says in a dramatic way that Reef is the best, but the problem is that while Reef was away, the world changed. The internet changed everything. Earlier, everything used to get fixed with a suitcase full of cash. Not anymore. The next day, Ira comes to Reef's house. Friends, Ira is such a character who is the source of comedy and chaos in the entire movie. Ira talks to Reef while sitting in the bathroom, getting irritated by the ecological toilet paper. Then, getting serious, he asks Reef if he has ever killed anyone. Reef gets shocked and says no. Ira asks even more bizarre questions like, has he ever seen a murder? Has he ever ordered a murder? And then he tells a wild Mel Gibson story that starts with a weekend, an aphrodisiac, and cocaine, and goes up to partying with a dead body, and says that a movie was also made on it, Weekend at Bernie's. Reef laughs, but also feels the tension. Ira tells Reef the plan, saying, you will have to go to all those people who hate you, apologize to them, and without telling them, find out if they are the ones who leaked the video. Reef says that this is very overwhelming. Ira says that there is no need to be sincere, just apologize so that you can save your skin. Then Ira makes a list of the people who hate Reef. His old agent, his old and new trainer, all the pool cleaners, his mother, 3 dogs he adopted and returned, boxing and tennis coaches, ex-girlfriend, directors, actors, costume designers, hairdressers, makeup artists, and studio heads. Reef gets shaken after hearing this. Right then, Kyle and Xander tell Reef that there was a time when success had gone to his head, and he used to talk to people rudely, but now he has changed. Earlier, when he used to take drugs, it was easy to behave badly and hide it. Kyle tells that during the drug phase, Reef used to buy his stash from a creepy doll shop, and they had to explain the naked dolls to the housekeeper in Spanish, saying, Maria, relax, these are not for anything inappropriate, they are for his supplies. Reef admits that he went through a very bad phase, it was very scary. Kyle says that she never wants to see that expression in his eyes again. Reef promises that she will not see it. And just like that, Reef's apology tour begins. Kyle and Xander are excited that at least the 3 of them are sitting in the car together again, like in their high school days. Xander takes out joints from his pocket, but says that they will not smoke, just pretend, because they are no longer stupid. Reef says that kids these days use vapes, which is very foolish. Reef's first stop is at Red Rodriguez, his old child actor agent who works in a bowling alley. Friends, Red is an old man who had discovered Reef in his childhood when he did not even have his front teeth. Red gets emotional upon seeing Reef. He tells him that there was a glow in Reef, he used to brighten his days. Red was proud, not just because he was his agent, but it felt as if he himself was in Reef's place. But then, Reef got lost in Hollywood and bars and women, and then hard drugs started. Red says that he did not know what to do. Sometimes he thought of beating Reef up, but technically he worked for him. Red emotionally says that Reef was like a son to him, But the worst part is that after that, no one ever even called Red. Red says that he only wanted someone to pick up the phone and say, "Hi Red, how are you?" Reef says that he did not have Red's number. Then Reef meets an annoying neighbor, Buddy, who calls himself everyone's friend and says that his parents' divorce was his family's absolute disaster. His girlfriend was Tyrant, and he himself kept hiding away in silence. Reef becomes uncomfortable but politely takes the book. Right then, Ira's call comes again. Ira asks if he has seen his sunglasses. They are Chanel. They are lost. Reef gets furious. He thought that something got leaked. Ira jokes but says that things are not going well. Nothing useful was found. He says to keep apologizing and tells him that he is on an IV drip, doing couples therapy and playing chess, all at the same time. Now Reef's next stop is at his mother, Dinah Hawk. Friends, Dinah is a reality TV star who appears in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Reef has come to apologize to her. He says that he has talked rudely many times about her entertainment career, but Dinah says that the apology will have to be shot again. One take in which she cries and one in which she does not, so that the editor has a choice. Reef becomes frustrated. Friends, a very powerful moment comes here. Dinah tells Reef that when he was 6 years old, he used to insist every day to come on TV, throw tantrums, and cry and scream for days. Dinah was 25 years old then. She left her city, left her husband, left her parents, and shifted to a tiny apartment in LA just so she could take Reef to daily auditions. His father left both of them. Reef says that he was a child, children do not know what they want. Dinah replies that yes, and some children actually become astronauts if their mothers support their dreams. Reef says that he used to feel that he was being used and exploited. He says that Dinah had stopped talking to him when she got the show. Reef emotionally says, "You're right, I'm sorry." But right then, Dinah says to reshoot the "I'm sorry" moment. She needs a different expression. Reef breaks down. This is exactly the problem, that his mother makes everything a performance. Dinah says that just because there is a camera, it does not mean that the feelings are fake. Performance and truth can both exist together. After returning home, he talks with Kyle and Xander. Kyle finds out that Reef's mother's reality show appearance irritates him, but Kyle says that Dinah is a legend in the show. Xander tells Kyle not to tease Reef about his mother. Right then, Ira's call comes again. He says to come to the office in an hour. He has assembled a dream team for Reef. Ira dramatically introduces Virginia Allen Green, the world's most famous women's rights lawyer. Reef gets confused and asks that she defends women who are victims of terrible men, so why is she here? Ira says that if there is a Me Too type situation, then Virginia will be on his side, and even if there is not, he still needs her. Then enters Reverend Leandris Carter, who is an expert in racial relations. Ira tells that Leandris and he together thought of the Jussie Smollett case idea over a lunch. Two racists beat up a black actor, and later it was found out that the actor had set it up himself. Ira proudly says that they pitched the idea and Jussie was the most enthusiastic. Leandris gets irritated because last time Ira had messed everything up. Then enters Eunice Kim, a lawyer and activist who is famous for the Stop Imitating Asians hashtag. Eunice tells that in Reef's old teen comedy, The Dip, Let's Skinny Dip, there is a scene in which Reef's character wears a geisha disguise and steals personal items, and someone wants to destroy Reef's career by putting that scene in a modern context. Reef says that it was a character, not him, but Eunice says that it does not make any difference in today's world. Friends, during this entire crisis team meeting, Ira raises another important point, the concept of victim capitalism. He explains that in Reef's era, people became famous because of talent, but people got bored with hard work. Then the Kardashians came, social media came, and a new culture was born, the attention culture. Now, for anyone to become famous, they just have to create noise. And the most powerful thing in this culture is to be a victim. If you are a victim, then you can become rich and famous. And Reef Hawk, a white, middle-aged, rich, famous, heterosexual movie star who is actually a victim, he is a white unicorn. The team's plan is to give a live interview, tell everyone about the video yourself first, become the victim, and snatch the blackmailer's power. But before this, Reef has one more important apology left, to his ex-girlfriend Savannah. Savannah sits in front of Reef and does not waste even a single second. She says that even if she hates Reef, wants to kill him, or wants to forget him, but when he sits in front of her, he looks like the same immature boy who used to throw firecrackers behind the mall. Savannah tells him that she has twin daughters, and they are smarter than Reef. Then she becomes direct, saying that Reef is not a good person. She wasted years with Reef and for Reef because Reef always remained the most important. Savannah says that Xander and Kyle never told Reef the truth about his behavior. They never found it difficult to lie to Reef or to lie for Reef. Savannah tells him that when a good and devoted man loved her, only then she realized that she was just Reef's backup option. Whenever he was depressed, lonely, or bored, he would come to Savannah, and whenever something good happened, he would leave her. Reef says, "You're not that." Savannah says, "Exactly." Right then, Ira's call comes. He says that contact has been made with the blackmailer. He is ready to negotiate. He calls Reef to the office. The blackmailer comes on speaker. Ira and the team are listening. The blackmailer says that legally, he will have to disclose that he is Reef's neighbor, the same buddy who had given Reef the book. Reef gets shocked. Buddy reveals that he found the video on some ex-girlfriend's computer, and he was going to sell it to the media. The price of the video is $15 million. The deadline is Tuesday, 10 a.m., and he tells only one thing about the video. It finishes, meaning in the video, Reef is seen getting finished. Ira and the team react to this cryptic statement. Reef says that this is the worst moment of his life. Ira motivates the team, saying that finishing is not a bad thing. This is how children are born, doctors are made. Reef shouts in frustration that he never recorded himself. Not with anyone, he used to be very careful. Right then, Virginia catches an important point. If Reef did not record it himself, then someone recorded him without his consent. This is a consent violation, which legally makes him a victim. This is exactly the card they needed. But right then, a big confrontation happens with Kyle. Kyle asks Reef that he is looking very stressed and anxious. Is he taking drugs again? Reef gets furious. He says that Kyle is doubting all his progress of the last 5 years, and this is a very serious accusation. Kyle remains calm but firm. She says that she is asking this because she loves him, more than Reef can ever love himself. She says that she would prefer Reef shouting at her and not being a friend for a month, instead of finding him unconscious again and fearing that he died, which was the most horrifying moment of Kyle's life. Reef replies coldly that his sobriety is stronger than steel. And then he says something that breaks Kyle's heart. He says that opening a smoothie shop in Hawaii could be an option for Kyle, but today he has neither the patience nor the energy to pretend to understand Kyle's pathetic little life. Hearing this, Kyle becomes silent and says that she loves her pathetic life, because she can always be what she wants. She says that she wishes Reef valued their opinion more than random people on the internet. And she says that Reef should include his 2 closest friends in his next apology tour. Kyle leaves. Xander stays because he had ordered food and already paid for it on the app. Reef asks why Xander remained his friend. Xander shares a powerful memory in high school when every other word was an insult. Once Xander stayed at Reef's house and Reef directly asked if he was gay. Xander denied it for hours, both fought and shouted. And Reef said that if Xander is gay, then he will not leave him. But if he pretends that he is something else, then it will be difficult for Reef. Xander says that when Reef behaves rudely, he prefers to remember that person. Now comes the climax. Reef reaches Drew Barrymore's show for a live interview. Drew tells Reef that she was thinking a lot about him, how similar both of their lives are, growing up as child actors for whom they did all this. Drew says that when Virginia told her that Reef is a victim and is ready to talk publicly, in her eyes, Reef is a true hero. But just then, seconds before the show starts, Reef decides that he will not do this. He says that he just does not want to do this. Drew is shocked. She asks if she said something wrong. Reef says no, he just does not want to do it. The countdown is running, 10 seconds, and Reef walks off the stage. Drew's reaction is explosive. She shouts backstage. But friends, right then, Ira comes on the phone and says that the plan worked. Actually, there was no need for the interview, just the threat of the interview was enough. The blackmailer backed off. Someone had found the video on his ex-girlfriend's computer. The price dropped from $15 million to just $35,000, the price of a Toyota. Just pay it, and you will never hear about it again for the rest of your life. Reef listens but is not happy. He says that he wanted all of this to end, and now that it is in front of him, It just feels very wrong. Ira says that this is a karmic tax, pay it and move on. Then Reef is sitting alone in a hotel room. A young woman recognizes him. Shocked, she says that he is Reef Hawk. Is this real or a dream? Reef says that he is a famous movie star. Why is he not at some party? Reef tells her that he has been shooting in Albuquerque for 6 months. Alone in a hotel room, he is just lonely. She asks if he does not have a wife, children, family. Reef says no. Why not? Reef thinks and says that when there was time for this, he always chose something else which felt bigger and more important to him. She says this is very sad. Then Reef meets Kyle and Xander. This is the most emotional moment of the movie. Reef says that he thought a lot and fantasized about what he would say to both of them if he got the chance. He asks if they hate him. Kyle says, no, she loves him. It is just that she is poor. Reef says that he cannot describe in words how important both of them are to him and how ashamed he feels for everything that he forced them to endure. Both of them are his entire life. But he is not the most important one here. He is sorry. Kyle and Xander forgive him. A group hug happens. Then Reef does a thing that seems small but is meaningful. He picks up the phone and calls Red, the same old agent who had said that he just wanted one phone call. Red becomes suspicious. He asks what Reef wants, what plan he is making. Reef says that he just wanted to ask how his day went, whether he is fine or not. Red is shocked, no one ever asks this. Red says nothing special, he is just passing time. Reef says that nothing special is happening in his life either. Red says very good. And that is it. Two people who had years of silence between them reconnect with a simple phone call. The last scene of the movie is beautiful. Xander appears on Drew Barrymore's show, not in Reef's place, but with his own identity. He says that on Drew's show, guests come with their problems, but today he has come to carry the burden of Drew's problems. He talks to Drew about E.T., tells wildly wrong facts, says that he has not seen the movie, just saw the poster, and describes E.T. as a short old Jewish man whom kids make sit on a bicycle. Drew is laughing, the audience is laughing, and the end card comes, Weekend at Bernie's. And then Reef comes on the camera and says, I am Reef Hawk, and I have got a staph infection. So friends, what does this story teach us? That behind the glitter of fame, every person is broken. Reef Hawk was the world's most loved movie star, but inside he was lonely, scared, and haunted by his past. He changed his life by staying sober for 5 years, but the threat of a video forced him to face the people he had hurt. And in the end, the biggest lesson was this: that instead of doing the drama of becoming a victim, it is better to be genuinely sorry, connect genuinely, and sometimes just pick up the phone and ask, hey, how was your day? Because sometimes that small thing changes everything. How did you like this story? Tell us in the comment box.